What's up, y'all? Yeah, that's what you need. I get started. Get your coffee and cigarette. I don't know if y'all remember listening to this in a previous video. We're gonna finish it. We're on track 16. Cattle press. Celebration of wounds. Greetings from my gut. Right. Yeah, we showed a lot of this. Some bizarre artwork in there. Whoa. Gotta be careful with some of it on YouTube, though. Let's see if we can find the cattle press page here. Oh, there it is. So, that's what you get. That's their artwork. It's like a frog riding on a skeleton chicken or something. A lizard. A bunch of flowers. I'm sure that means something. Oh, man. So, I guess I can say this, but there's a guy in the comments who, of mine and Justin's channel, said he's going to be joining us at Dead by Dog. Awesome. That's just, that is just a few weeks away, guys. Guys and gals, that is just a few weeks away. I'm sure that's going to be absolutely a blast. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got comments. Let me turn that volume up a little bit. Oh, wait. Yeah, I gotta have that at just the right level. It's from old Josh from this swamp. He remembers the days having to, like, do some extra jobs, like mowing yards and shit, just to save up money to go buy a bunch of CDs. But as older guys back in the day, when we bought stuff, sometimes we didn't know what that sounded like, and Josh is talking about that. So you get stuff and you're like, oh man, that's not as cool as I thought it was going to be. You picked up Deceased and Gorefest. Yeah, I picked up some Deceased too. Blueprints for Madness for sure. Gorefest. False or Erase? I don't remember which one. I no longer have that album. I don't know what happened to it. But, so yeah, your weekend was determined on whether or not that pull was a good pull. That pull of the disc was, yeah. A whole teenage weekend dramatically wasted on one wrong decision. A bit dramatic, yeah, but yeah, the emphasis is there. It may take weeks to do it all again and save the funds to go do it again. Yeah, I felt that way about shows sometimes. You know, I felt that way about shows. Just going out to check out a band. You're like, I see what they got. And you're like, you know. Talking about drinking, yeah, don't do it, or, you know, giving up on the drinking. Then you were talking about that guy from I Hate God getting a fucking liver transplant. Yeah, I heard about that. Like, damn, that's fucked up. That's some serious partying right there. You have to have an organ transplant. I don't know if you saw Metalocalypse, but that was one of the first seasons or first episodes. Talk about Amazing Explosion getting a liver transplant so we can party harder. It's like getting yearly liver transplants. That's dark, but funny. So what else you got here? Oh yeah, you talking about working out in the heat. You know, triple digit temperatures. And with a hangover. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sweating out all that beer from the night before. Oh yeah, that's living right there, man. Got your manual labor job out outdoors in the Texas heat or Louisiana heat, that Gulf Coast heat, and humidity, sweat pouring off you, smells like beer. You feel like shit. The cure for that was always spicy food, you know, get you cleaned out. So, and I always, yeah. This is Dystopia or something, I don't remember. Take it from that guy. That was the song. That was cool. Take a look at the track, see what phone we're on. Okay, so this is track 18. This is Fleabag. Oh, so that previous one was Lack of Interest, Forced Fed. This is Fleabag. Next one's Dystopia. I think a lot of people might actually know Dystopia. That's actually kind of a somewhat popular band, or at least an underground band a lot of people know about. I guess that's a female. So dissonant. More than one singer. It reminds me of Crisis, but different. I don't know what else Fleabag did. Should probably look that up. Never have. Oh yeah, Josh talking over here about those guys who want their life planned out at the age of 19. They're 19 years old and they want their entire life planned out. Women are really bad about that. I knew a lot of women that had their entire life planned out while they were in high school. Get married at this age, do this at this age, do this. It's like, that's terrifying to me, knowing your life is planned out and scripted like that. Kind of takes the spontaneity and fun out of it. If you just knew, now you're just existing. That's how I always viewed that. It's like, oh, well, I'm married, so I guess I'll have kids, and you have a job the whole time, and you're like, oh, that's what we did. You know, that's what they did. You know, so, again, for me, that just took the spontaneity and fun out of life, and I think for women, that could be a comfort. Which makes sense, you know, the birth givers, you know, have to tend to a thing, you know. It's kind of their job to be looking for that stability. Or people like me who offer, like, the only stability is just that it's never going to be stable. So just be prepared for a bumpy ride. It should be fun, but it's going to be a bumpy ride. But to me, life is not this fleshy world. Life is not this. It's not even this. I enjoy metal and I enjoy a lot of other things. That's just because I've got to do something with my time. But I think our fleshy bodies, once we shed them off and go to the next phase of our evolution, which is one that is not constrained by these fleshy ties, I think I think all the stuff we did down here, some of it's not going to matter. And things that matter over there are things you wouldn't have thought of here. This is Dystopia. So I think we learn a lot of the wrong lessons on Earth. And then we get to the other side, realize, oh, I learned all the wrong shit. I learned how to pay bills and have a job. And I didn't learn to, like, share relationships and bonds with other people. So, and just learn things about the universe, like just strange truths about the universe. It's very philosophical, yeah, but I somehow think that wisdom carries over. I have a lot of reasons why I think that and feel that way. I'm careful not to say believe. Believe is so concrete. It's like, Or you can say, I believe it could be this way, but I could be wrong. Or there's, kind of like, it may be, but I'm not, 100% on that. So if you're not 100%, that's fine. I don't think anybody truly is, and I don't think you should be 100% on anything. I think you should just be constantly eyes open, ears open, aware, taking in all the information you can, and trying to find the truths of it. The truths that seem like they're more important than daily stuff. I think we get caught up in our daily grind. And sometimes that leads to what we're going to circle back to these guys who want their life planned out at 19. They want their lives just scripted and formulated. You don't have to do as much. You don't have to think as much. And you don't actually have to work as hard because you planned it all out. So to me, it's kind of like taking, I don't want to say an easy way out, but it is definitely taking a way that's the path most taken, an easy to tread path. I always got bored on those. Always wanted to take a different road. Or the bumpier road. Or the road that's not even a road at some point. Find yourself lost in the woods or lost on a mountain, That to me was more important than anything. And surviving all of that, I got lost on a mountain on a bicycle, mountain biking. I wasn't really lost, but I was not aware of how deep that park got. I was up in the mountains somewhere, near Bristol, Tennessee, I believe. Back when I mountain biked, I made a big pilgrimage up to the mountains and fell in love with it, ended up returning to those very same mountains after a while. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it's weak or anything like that, but these people want this life scripted. But I think it's sometimes you lose the forest for the trees. I think sometimes if you have a set path and something goes wrong, you don't know how to adapt to changing circumstances and changing environments. And I think a scripted life can sometimes jar a person to where they're like, but there's so many concrete things that I do. Yeah, but all those were mortal and fleeting. And they were based off a corrupt finance system called the fiat currency, the central banking and Federal Reserve banking system. You bet your entire life and scripted your entire life based off these concrete rules that were actually rooted in fraud, and they were just mortal. They were fleeting. They weren't going to last. I just don't understand our systems. They only last because people do them. If people stopped bureaucrating, if people stopped accounting, it would just stop. I told people if everybody stopped paying insurance premiums, insurance companies would disappear overnight. If everybody just said, okay, on the first of the month, we're never fucking paying an insurance premium again, those things would be gone overnight. If you just staged that out to where like a third of you did it, insurance companies would crack. If half of you did it, they'd be gone by the end of the month. By the next billing cycle, they'd be gone. And to me, it's just, we have a lot of faith in a system that all it would take is a group of people, enough of them, not even a super majority, maybe like more than a third, 30, maybe 33%, let's say a third. If 33% of the people just stop functioning and stop doing shit, this whole system would just fucking collapse. Not immediately, not overnight, but you would see a systematic decline in everything. You notice a decline in the amount of services and the quality of services. And those services could be anything, from going to the grocery store or department store, or having construction done. You would see like systematic declines in everything. I mean, what's happening right now to us? Our food seems different. It seems cheaper, more mass-produced. The quality's not as good. I mean, the same way with fabric. I mean, I used to get jeans that could last a long goddamn time. Now I get jeans that don't quite last as well. I'm always out looking for the new jeans that will last a little bit longer than the last pair did. Quality of, like, I wear a lot of those basic undershirts. It's Hanes. I love that, man. I've got a bunch of those. Cause I just wear the shit out of those. This is what I work in. If I ever work, I just put one of those on. I'm not gonna fuck it up. I don't care. If it gets ruined, throw it away. If not, keep using it. But the quality of those over time, because some of them are real old, some of them are kind of new, and you notice the quality difference in it. You know. So what I'm postulating is we are seeing the decline of a set of systems we believed were concrete and, dare I say, immortal. Like, these systems would never degrade, and they would always be there. And I think we're running out of those systems. I hear a lot about there's not enough people to run everything. You know, people are on the way out because they just grow old and die. They grow old and can't compete anymore, can't do the work anymore, and they retire and or die. And I think we're seeing that right now. So if you're wondering what's going on out there, if you're feeling stressed or bleak or just kind of whatever, you know, just know this version of humanity, this cycle of humanity is coming to an end. And it is going to end in our lifetimes. We are going to see it. We are watching it happen. These are just the tremors, the foreshocks, if you will, the birthing pains, whatever analogy you want to use. But humanity is, and it's not just America, but it is humanity, is headed for a dramatic shift in our thinking and how we do business and how we do anything. It's already happening. The signs are there. You can look at the quality of your food and the quality of your clothing. If you've had anything constructed in the past 20 years, or a car, if any of you has a car that's 20 years or older, you can see it. Anybody ever see one of those old cars that have been restored? Been inside it? It's like, yeah, this is factory. This is the way it came off the showroom floor 50 years ago or whatever. You know, you look at that quality, you look at our quality, it's like, there's a degradation occurring. So it's already happening. And there's a lot of alarm bells going off that, like, the system that the bureaucrats have is going away, and I do not pity their death. But as far as, like, manufacturing, we can't keep manufacturing the same dumb shit. That's our problem. We manufacture dumb shit, not just us. If we don't build it, we pay someone else to build it for us. And those countries just saw right off the back of us doing and wanting dumb shit. That's the Western world, rather. And then the other nations just sort of like, well, the West is doing this and we shall follow. And the West doesn't know what the fuck it's doing anymore, and its entire system is falling apart. And the rest of the world's like, we're about to be on our own. Yeah, rest of the world, you're probably about to be on your own. But don't worry, I think the West meddling in your affairs is coming to an end too. You know, if we don't manipulate you through, you know, what you produce and what we will buy from you, therefore your economy, we meddle in your elections. We sway them through media. That's what the media does. It sways opinions. It always has. It always will. There's a term called yellow journalism. We've been doing, it's propaganda is basically what it is. And it's always existed, always will exist. But I'm just saying, some point along the way, probably in the 1950s, with the birth of the CIA and the... I had to let that guy finish. That was crazy. This is my jam off this thing. Anyways, the CIA's been meddling with the media to sway opinion. They've been doing it since the 50s. Operation Mockingbird. Check it out. Speak Spanish. What's he saying? Right there, he's saying sniffing glue. Sniffing glue, getting high off inhalants. Oh yeah! Oh! That song is the reason why I still own this. The coolest fucking song I've ever heard. I will clutch this thing to my dying day. Badass. I'm gonna turn it back down. Yeah, he's saying sniffing glue. What song is that? Oh, yeah, it's Freckling Force. So we're on 25. We're on Piss Poor. It's called Shadow. But it's Cojabo. Am I saying that right? Cojoba. Say O. Hey. O. B. I can't remember being in Espanol. And And when they got... Well, I can't say that fucking word, man. Spanish fucks me up sometimes. The song's called Sniffing Glue. Cojabo, Sniffing Glue. This, like I said, is the reason why I still have this sampler. I will never get rid of it because of that one song. It's fucking beautiful, and I love it. Anyways, we have 20 minutes. Shit, yeah. Y'all go get some shit done. It should be like Friday or something. Y'all, like, have a great weekend. See you next time. Cattle Pride, Appalachian Warlord. Later, y'all.